the old Wigan. Welcome to Nosey Road for this afternoon's final Stones Bitter League Championship clash. So it's been led out today by a lady mascot, Jennifer Gibson. She's 10 years of age. She attends English Martyrs School at Haydock. Well, there's a split place for you, Haydock, isn't it? You can bet it's riddled with pie eaters, with halfway between the old Wigan and St Helens. I think it's more St Helens really, but she's out there with her favourites just there on the 25, doing a limbering up movements. Paul Loughlin just going across to her, but Jennifer's favourite player is Gary Connolly. He's on the substitutes bench this morning, and there's Dave Reid just to Jennifer's right, Saints fitness conditioner. Saints just limbering up for hopefully 2 final points of the season. Sponsors for this afternoon's game are British Telecom, so look forward to their party having an excellent game. A fine day here at Nosey Road. A little bit of breeze swirling round. Saints on the pitch early, and Warrington just delayed their appearance on this hallowed turf. And as you know, you're here at Nosey Road, which has been voted the best ground in the Rugby League. It was second to Sheffield, but you can discount Sheffield, can't you? Because that's a purpose-made place for athletics this coming year. But at St Helens, the pitch, it's quite good. See just a little bird patch on the centre field. A credit to Eric Edwards and his staff. And I told Eric I'd give him a mention. He was 65 recently, so not bad, Eric, the old trout. So many happy returns from all the video crew. Warrington take the pitch for this afternoon's clash. They're looking for points to get in the top 8 of the Stones Bitter League Championship. I'll give you the Saints team for this afternoon. Of full-back Phil Beavers, the three-quarter line of Hunt, Rapati, Loughlin and Quirk, the half-back partnership Jonathan Griffiths and Paul Bishop, with the front row of Neil, Groves and Ward, the back three Harrison, Mann and Cooper, and today's substitutes Gary Connolly and Bernard Dwyer. The Warrington side, at number 1 Paul Derbyshire, a three-quarter line of Thornilly, Bateman, Rudd and Forster. Half-backs are Chris O'Sullivan and Kevin Ellis, with in the front row Neil Harmon, Duane Mann, Gary Tees, and the back three of Mercer, McGinty and Cullen, with the substitutes David Elliott at 14 and Roland Phillips at 15. Match day mascot there, centre field, Jennifer Gibson, with the captain for Warrington, Chris O'Sullivan, Saints captain Shane Cooper, and Jennifer now just coming over to our left here to take her position with her parents, I would imagine, for the rest of this afternoon's game. So big day for her, there she is, cogging over the wall. What a mover. A future international for Women's Rugby League. Mr Carter, the referee, we all remember Mr Carter from that Central Park clash with Wigan just a few days ago. But it's Saints to kick off. Paul Loughlin, centre field, and Saints playing up to the Eddington stand for the first half. Difficult bouncing ball, taken in the in goal area by Warrington. But Kevin Ward quickly in. Solid tackling, Ward and Neil. Moving on Tony Thornley and the early encounters. The third meeting of these teams this season. As I said, the final game in the league championship, and Jonathan Neil hungry there. I believe he has ball possession. No, Warrington have it. Or is it a knock-on being ruled? But some terrier-like tackling from Jonathan Neil. Had to play the ball twice in quick succession. He moved in exceptionally quick and forced an error in the Warrington ranks. First scrum down, Saints feed, Paul Bishop gets it away, passes it back, but do Warrington come up with possession? They do. Bishop tried to get it away, but surely Kevin Ellis, he couldn't have been onside. The ball coming out the Saints side. He couldn't have been onside as he hampered Paul Bishop, but he got the ball, and then Warrington come to play it. Saints are penalised for offside, and Warrington with their first penalty. Chris O'Sullivan, the captain for Warrington this afternoon. I do believe a little trouble in the camp with Warrington, as Des Drummond, the regular captain, has had the captaincy removed from him, and he's in a little bit of dispute. But touch found 5 yards inside the Saints half. Neil Harmon turns in the tackle, turns it back. onto second row, Billy McGinty, comes crossfield, the ball's loose, Ellis comes up with it, is it going to be a knock-on? No, Jonathan Griffiths has it. Jonathan Griffiths moved in quickly, Warrington penalised for offside this time. And as it was against Wigan at Central Park, referee Carter doing a bit of nitpicking early on. We just had 1 minute and 46 seconds, I make it. A penalty each and a scrum in Warrington's favour. I beg your pardon, a scrum in Saints' favour, which Warrington reaped possession after Bishop was hampered. But it's Jonathan Neal powering it up to the Warrington line. 10 yards short now. Groves at dummy half. Saints moving it crossfield. Bishop. Cooper, good ball to George Mann, pushes one off, turns into tackle, looking to release, has the ball in one hand, but solid tackling in the end. Paul Cullen, I think it is, that completes the tackle. Moving it crossfield now, Kevin Ward, he straightens up. He was looking for runners, but good tackling, solid tackling, and Warrington are in out for the tackling. And they're putting it into post this afternoon. Loughlin turns inside, just trips, losing his footing. Saints moving crossfield, John Harrison, he straightens up, he drives, but the ball's pushed back and Groves comes away with it. And then it was lost in the tackle, but it's still going is the ball. A knock-on has been ruled. Harrison moving up there within 10 yards of the Warrington line. The ball was released, it came back to Groves, Saints tried to spread it, but a knock-on finally ruled. And a scrum down 10 yards from the Warrington line, just to the right of the sticks. And Warrington head and ball this time. Kevin Ellis, the ex-Bridgend rugby union player. The ball goes right through, Saints come up with it, George Mann. Well, broke quickly from the pack, did George, came up with it. But referee Carter, he's not happy with it. Virtually the semi-final lineup this afternoon here on shore at Nosey Road, but Ellis feeds, and Saints come in and hamper Warrington just as they did to the Saints. Shane Cooper tries to kick through it to play the ball, but Dwayne Mann, Warrington spreading it quickly. Shane Cooper again on his counterpart, I'll get it right eventually, his counterpart Paul Cullen, but Warrington are still in possession. Dwayne Mann at dummy half, just outside their own 25. But Saints putting pressure there. The man not keeping his eye on the ball. Front row man this time there. Gary Tees just taking his eye off the ball as Saints came in, putting the pressure on. A knock-on is indicated. Saints win the ball this time. No problem from Bishop. Runner out with Beavers. Beavers gives the dummy. Warrington nearly take it. Coming quickly. Chris O'Sullivan. Cullen in again. It's on to Cooper, he moves it crossfield, Jonathan Griffiths going over to Alan Hunt's wing, loses his footing, Griffiths, but manages to get up. Isn't he having a tremendous season here? Jonathan Griffiths after his operation. Kevin Ward powering it in. 3 and 4 Warrington tacklers in again. Cooper at dummy half. No score yet. Nearly 5 minutes gone. Griffiths again. On to Rapati. Good play there from Griffiths, got the ball out with a lot of attention round him, and it's Saints again, spreading it crossfield. John Harrison juggles with it, tries to shrug his man off. 6th and final tackle, and Paul Bishop there at dummy half. He'll want to do well. It's on Cooper, dribbles it through. Awkward ball taken by Thornley, and he's taken in his in-goal area. Good tackling there, Shane Cooper following his kick up. Superb captain's pat from Shane there, and won't he be a proud man to lead his side out at Wembley, and especially when he goes up those stairs to receive the cup. I'm quite sure of it. Warrington to drop out from between the sticks, hovering in the breeze. Beavers underneath it, takes it well into the Warrington 25. 3-man Warrington tackle. Tees the last to get off Beavers. Groves plays it to Jonathan Neal, only a young Cumbrian forward. Jonathan Neal, I don't know whether he's still on the transfer list, but he was subject to an inquiry by Salford earlier in the season. Cooper again, Jonathan Griffiths. The gap emerged and just as quickly closed down. Cooper, out to Rapati, looking for the gap, still running is Rapati. Strong forward, stronger centre. coming into his own the latter part of the season. Kevin Ward within 5 yards of the line. Sixth and final tackle. Jonathan Neal heads the ball. Saints try for it. Well, Jonathan Neal there trying the headed movement. And Saints following it up, but just grounded short. I think it was Rapati that was grounded short. Well, unlucky there. George Mann went in for the tackle to take the Warrington man behind the sticks, but he collided with the post. Did the Warrington player? He's in there again. He's George Mann. Some solid tackling from the Saints. Nothing more than we can expect from this outfit. Come on, you Saints, is the cry. Kevin Ward this time, moving in quickly, and that's 3 tackles we've had, and Warrington have hardly moved. Warrington spread it now. Try to get past Paul Loughlin, but quickly closed down. It's Cullen. Back to Derbyshire for the kick downfield. Beavers takes it comfortably. No, I beg your pardon, I think it was Kevin Ellis that the ball went back to for the kick downfield. But it's Groves. Saints in possession, moving it crossfield. Tirapati. Good ball to Alan Hunt. Took the tacklers on. It's now with Hunt. Derbyshire that time goes in for the tackle. Cooper comes in. The ball's released to Cooper, but a forward pass will be indicated. Good play there. Tirapati onto Alan Hunt. Shane Cooper as ever backing up, moving over there. But the final pass to Cooper being ruled forward. Kevin Ellis to feed. Warrington win possession. 2 scrums apiece. But Saints putting a lot of pressure on the Warrington outfit in their own 25. Saints penalised. There's Mr. Carter nitpicking again. Do Warrington take a quick tap? Moving crossfield. Loop movement with Thornley. Oh, good tackling there. Good tackling from Les Quirk on Alan Bateman. No, beg your pardon, Chris Rudd it was coming across. He's a Cumbrian 3/4, is Chris Rudd. But Warrington tapped in quickly, moved in quickly, but solid tackling. Let's work in like a rocket there. Brought the tackle off, forced the player into touch, midway between their own 25 and the halfway line. Referee Carter packing him down right in front of our camera position. Bishop feeds it. Saints come up with scrum possession. Moving crossfield, Jonathan Griffiths into space. Oh, unlucky there. Rapati and Hunt on his outside. Warrington were moving crossfield. Bishop, well, the knock-on being given. Saints in their efforts to get the ball away quickly. And a knock-on being ruled. As we know by yesterday's results, Wigan winning the Stones Bitter League First Division Championship as Warrington come up with possession, taking the scrums 3-2. Warrington play quickly. Dwayne Mann. Well, Shane Cooper comes in, charges it down, knocks it down, boots the ball upfield, but a knock-on will be ruled. As you're saying about Wigan taking the Stones Bitter Championship, you've got to give it to them, even though it hurts to say it. You've got to admire Wigan, all that glut of fixtures, and they finally came through to get the valuable points they needed, beating Leeds 20 points to 8 at Headingley yesterday. Well, Ellis again, scrum possession. Warrington cleaned up on the scrums, 4-3. O'Sullivan at dummy half, he brings it blindside. Bateman. Ellis, I beg your pardon. Now it's Dwayne Mann, attacked in half-back. Ellis plays it, it goes inside now. Gary Tees it is. The other prop forward for Warrington, taken down by Harrison and Ward. O'Sullivan again, crossfield, well, the knock-on again. There's Gary Mercer playing in the second row. Flicked it out, but it's Alan Hunt, looking for space. Flamboyant character Hunt, plays it quickly. George Mann, Cooper misses out, Kevin Ward, it's Harrison. He misses out to Paul Loughlin, and it's now with Les Quirk. Thornley comes in, a little high, but Ellis completes the tackle. Jonathan Neal, out to one tackle, gets the ball away to Beavers. Beavers, a good dummy, round the man to George Mann. George Mann into space, Cooper's with him, but George Mann driving forward, on to Griffiths. Oh, yes! A superb try there. Jonathan Griffiths, 8 of the season, right under the sticks there. But George Mann, he did well. When it comes to George Mann, a tremendous character. Brushed off the feeble tackle of Warrington, gave himself a bit of space, and Jonathan Griffiths read it well, didn't he? He come through at full pace, took it on the run, and outpaced the Warrington defence to touchdown between the sticks. A superb opening try for the Saints after 11 minutes. And Paul Loughlin now to pop it over, right between the sticks there, and no problem for Loughlin. That's his 86th of the season, and Saints on the way to the 2 league points this afternoon. £6-0 the score. 12 minutes of the game gone. Superb backing up there from Jonathan Griffiths after a good blockbusting run from George Mann. Won't there be a credit to Rugby League this side at Wembley? A lot of good players in the Saints ranks. It's Saints still in possession in their own 25. Paul Groves at dummy half. Messes out Shane Cooper, I think, and it went to Big John Harrison. The ball's flicked back. Beavers comes away with it. Beavers gives a lovely dummy. Saints on the charge again. Only the full-back to beat. Good support. Groves is there. The ball inside to Ward. He still keeps it going. Jonathan Griffiths out to Rapati. Rapati going for the corner. Alan Hunt comes inside. Oh, yes! Superb try! Superb try finished off by Alan Hunt, but what teamwork that brought that try up. Griffiths again involved heavily, and Saints moving it out. Tira Pate, lovely ball to Alan Hunt coming inside. He still had to be scored. He pushed past the 2 Warrington defenders and touchdown just to the right of the stick. Alan Hunt's 21st try of the season, 10-0, 14 minutes and a half gone. A try, you'll have a job to pick out a better try from the Saints this season than that. Some splendid teamwork. Loughlin again, lobs it over. Oh, just waved away. Just waved away by the touch judges. 10-0 the score. Warrington looking to make an early substitution with Roland Phillips, the ex-Neath forward, coming on to replace Gary Tees. The substitution being made now. Roland Phillips goes on, and Saints are leading by 10-0. As I said, it's the 3rd meeting of these sides, with Warrington taking the other 2 in the league. We lost at Wilderspool 34-20, an exciting game. Also in the Regal Trophy at Wilderspool, Saints are lost out by 18-12. Jonathan Griffiths lobs it back to Loughlin. He certainly looks as though he's facing his own life for a knock on Gibbon. Scrum down now with a Warrington feed. 15 yards from the Saints line. Kevin Ellis is going to feed this scrum. Ellis feeds it well. Hardly touched the back, that didn't it? But Warrington moving it crossfield. O'Sullivan well ramped up there. Paul Loughlin moving in quickly. The ex-Canberra Raider. And now it's Paul Cullen out of 2 tackles, but reception committee of both props and Ward and Neil. Ellis now lofted ball. Bishop wraps him up. Les Quirk, Bishop, John Harrison and Paul Groves. Saints moving quickly. Warrington now moving it crossfield. Billy McGinty there coming through on the charge. Dwayne Mann at dummy half, and the 6th and final tackle for Warrington. It's now with Ellis along the line. O'Sullivan, lofted ball, well, a high ball. Alan Hunt well under it. Hunt takes it. Just can't escape the tackle there. Tremendous under these high balls is Alan Hunt. It once used to give him quite a lot of problems under the high balls, but as of late, he's been taking them well. And we can all remember that try he scored at Central Park against Widnes in the semi-final, where he outpaced and out-jumped the Widnes players to score a superb try. Bishop kicks it upfield. Derbyshire has to turn, catches it well as Saints reception committee comes up. Jonathan Griffiths, first man in, stops him, but he's pushed off, and Shane Cooper and George Mann complete the tackle. Dwayne Mann at dummy half, wanting to bring it blindside. Well, Paul Loughlin slipped, he's injured himself there as Rudd turns inside. It goes off a Warrington man and goes into touch. So Warrington getting a little bottle up there with Thornley, Rudd and Dwayne Mann. But Paul's up and about. Looks as though he'd had a slight strain, but he's all right now. He's back in the fray. And now it's Bishop to feed. Saints have possession. Quite a lot of scrums with 17 minutes gone. We've had 9 scrums already. Beavers for Saints. Cooper on to George Mann. Pushes one off, does George Mann back into the fray again. Passes round the man to Cooper. Cooper gets things underway. Bishop, good pass to Les Quirk. Tries to round his man, he beats the first line of defence. Over the top there as Gary Mercer come in. Second tackling from Mercer, and we've seen that penalised this season, haven't we? Jonathan Neal powering his way into the Warrington defence. 18 minutes gone, 10 points to 0 the score. Bishop again, tactical kicking, deep into the Warrington 25. Oh, it's going to run dead, yes. Just runs dead. An angled kick from Paul Bishop, but it just was too deep. 10 points to 0 is the score. Dwayne Mann starts play from the 25. Warrington in possession, looking for the first points, trailing by 10 points to 0. A solid tackling in the Saints, but Warrington get things underway. It's Cullen who gets the ball away, and it's out on the far side now to Mark Forster, but Saints cover defence back quickly, and Saints come up with possession. Tirapati it was. Alan Hunt coming in field, quickly dispatched to the earth. Bishop along the line, Jonathan Griffiths, John Harrison, misses out one, turns inside, Harrison still going. Well, O'Sullivan there. A high tackle on John Harrison, not bad, he's only 6'7", isn't he? Kevin Ward releases it to Groves. On to Beavers, Keeper's on his outside, Keeper away. Solid tackling from Warrington, they come back in numbers, but it's all Saints, and it's Bishop again. Good ball to Griffiths, into space, yes, out to Rapati, oh dearie me. As referee Carter goes in there and rules the final pass from Griffiths to Rapati was forward. Tirapati threw it away in disgust, and only rightly so. We'll just like to watch that again to see whether it was a borderline pass. But anyway, it's a scrum down, Warrington feed in their own 25. Saints push hard in the scrum collapses, but it is Warrington's possession. And Saints will pressurise them and try to hold them there. On a couple of occasions, well, obstruction there, crossing, and the man hasn't picked it up. But it's now Thornley coming away for a superb tackle from Loughlin. And Warrington gets so far by virtue of an obstruction centre field. O'Sullivan on to Gary Mercer, obstruction again, but Warrington keeps spreading it. It's now with Kevin Ellis. Well, they're getting away with murder in the centre field, and referee Carter, considering he's done some nitpicking, he's not doing so much now. Harmon, Mercer looking for support, there's Cullen, Quirk has him wrapped up. Well, there's a penalty there, don't tell me he's given a forward pass. Well, crossing he's given, we've had 2 blatant occasions of crossing. I didn't see anything there myself at all, but yet referee Carter did. Marvellous, isn't it? Marvellous what they can pick up. Anyway, Paul Loughlin finds touch just short of the halfway line. Only saying second penalty, I make it. And it's Jonathan Neal powering his way up. Thornley, Dwayne Mann, Chris Rudd. Bring him to ground. Groves feeds it inside to Kevin Ward. He brings it blindside. The powerhouse forwards in the Saints there, Jonathan Neal and Kevin Ward. They're the workhorses, along with the rest of them. But it's in the engine room. Griffiths crossfeed to John Harrison. Into Warrington 25 now. And Warrington come up with possession. I thought they had. I thought Warrington had come up with possession. The touch judge is on the far side. Referee Carter stops play. And it's Mr. Golding on the far side with the yellow flag. And he's bringing out Billy McGinty. Must be a penalty to the Saints. Yes, Bernard Dwyer going out there with the bucket of sand. Saints now with a penalty, going in with the elbow in the tackle is the indication. So Paul Loughlin will have a go for goal. Just while we're having a minute, could I give a birthday wish to Lord Colin Tisdall? Lord Colin Tisdall from Earlstown, a very happy birthday to you. He's in the stand there, he'll be there with his gang of pensioners in the stand. He's looking forward to getting his bus pass. It should be on his way to you. So if you want a cheap washer or anything and you're in the Earlstown area, go and see Colin. Best wishes for your birthday from Jean, also Ken and Bet and Jim and Hilda. So Paul Loughlin, centre field, shouldn't have any problem. He tacked the extra points on. Lofts it well between the uprights. Paul Loughlin, second of the afternoon, extends the Saints lead to 12 points to 0 after 23 minutes play. A lot of the Saints Wembley line-up on show today, and hopefully, barring any serious injury, Mike McLennan will probably have his Wembley side all penciled in. He always says, does Mike, that his team come first, and he gets it right with them, and he's just been bringing them on. I mean, he's only been here, what, was talking about February last year he came. He's had the Saints into 2 semi-finals. It came through this one successfully this time when we beat Windus. And to be quite honest, we should have been at the Twin Towers last year when we got robbed against Wigan by some dubious refereeing decisions. But it's Kevin Ward in possession for the Saints. Cooper on to Bishop, tactical kicking again, pegging Warrington back. It's Thornley and Derbyshire there. Derbyshire takes it. Les Quirk comes in, Paul Loughlin back into the ground. Thornley from dummy half comes away. Harrison over the top there, and Paul Groves had already completed the tackle. They've all been raving about Mackenzie at Witness, but if there's a better hooker in the loose and all round them, Paul Groves, well, I certainly want to see him. There's no danger. Warrington spread it over there on the far side. Bateman, he's gone on to the left centre position with Chris Rudd on the right here. He's teaming up with Mark Forster, but Warrington spread it well. Groves, good bit of volleyball there from Groves as George Mann tries to get it underway, but unfortunately it went into touch. I don't know whether it come via a Warrington hand there. See what the referee gives. Obviously he gave a scrum down. He's pointing to Warrington. It is a Warrington feed. George Mann broke, saw Alan Hunt loose on the far right. Tried to loft a pass over. I didn't know whether it had it to Warrington hand. It obviously hadn't. And Warrington come up with scrum possession. Centre fielder. Saints moving in exceptionally quickly. O'Sullivan on the second tackle. Sees nobody at home. Les Quirk has to get back. Gets a favourable bounce, does Les. But can't beat... well, Mark Forster coming in enthusiastically, and still... it was the other wingman there that came in, Thornley, holding him down. But Chris O'Sullivan, he saw no full back in position. Tried to peg the Saints back, but Les Quirk quickly back. Groves on to John Harrison, he straightens up. £12 points to 0 the score, 26 minutes of play we've had. Bishop takes, bring it blindside. George Mann looking for space, looking to release it, and Mark Forster over here again. Off his left wing, over here onto the right. Bishop again. Tactical kick in, does well this time. A very acute angle there, but finds touch 10 yards short of the Warrington line. About a 45 yard kick there from Bishop. The scrum down with the Warrington feed, with Warrington taking the scrums 7-4 at present. And Ellis, yes, Ellis there gets scrum possession from the base of the scrum. George Mann moves in quickly. Warrington want to get it away, and Saints will be pressurising him in their own 25, but he does release the ball. McGinty coming through. Jonathan Neal trying to strike for the ball, and Neal in again. Solid tackling. Neal and Groves move in on Neil Harmon, and now it's Gary Mercer. But Saints moving in and closing the Warrington attack down. Mercer doesn't like it, but he'll have to lump it, won't he? Ellis, well, nearly intercepted there as it went to O'Sullivan. Sixth and final tackle now signified. The ball back to Ellis. It'll be kicked downfield, well, crossfield virtually. Alan Hunt well positioned, takes it well. Warrington defence comes in, it's Forster again, he's all over the field this afternoon, Forster for Warrington, but they're trailing 12 points to 0, and Tirapati has possession. And when you weigh up, Saints possibly denied another couple of tries through allegedly forward passes. John Harrison, inside ball there as Cooper was coming through, but Cooper taken on suspicion by McGinty. And now it's Kevin Ward powering his way upfield. Bishop, Cooper, along the line, Loughlin, good ball to Rapati, on to Alan Hunt, Hunt into space again. Cooper looming round, and Cooper showing the ball, taken down on the far side. Sixth and final tackle from the Saints, it'll come crossfield. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't go in the earth. Yes, there's Bishop, putting pressure, Beavers chasing it, well, hit the post. Jonathan Neal gets it, yes, it must be a try. Jonathan Neal there, backing up, that's what it's all about. Tactical kicking from Paul Bishop, the little pocket battleship in the half-back berth. He powered it up, Beavers was chasing it, Lensquirk were chasing it, but what we didn't anticipate was it hit the post, hit the upright, it came back into field, and Jonathan Neal backing up. Loughlin from right in front, shouldn't have any problem. There he goes, pops it over. 18-0 the score, and as I was just saying, Jonathan Neal scoring his first points of the season, and Warrington making another substitution now with David Elliott coming on to replace Gary Mercer. Good kick from Paul Bishop, lofted it high and true, followed up by Beavers and Quirk, but it hit the post. The ball came back into field. Jonathan Neal backing up, took it well, and powered his way over the line, with Warrington looking at 6s and 7s. Let's work. Paul Groves at dummy half, on to Jonathan Neal, the try scorer. First points for the Saints this season. Hey, did you notice yesterday, Wavy was watching the match on Granada, when the Leeds were playing, they were still on about that spear tackle at St Helens on John Gallagher. The shorts are something to talk about, aren't they? Perfectly good tackle that day, and John Harrison into space. Saints backing up for each other. Harrison still going forward. Chris O'Sullivan completes the tackle. Warrington moving up exceptionally quickly, but it's Bishop again, kicks it through for George Mann, that'll be. Chris Rudd tried to take it, and he's bounced into touch. Saints left-wing partnership of Quirk and Loughlin. Get Chris Rudd, power him into touch here. Come on, you Saints is the cry. No problem this afternoon, 18 points to 0 in the lead, and well on the way to securing these 2 league points, and also that'll keep Warrington out of the top 8. They're in 9th position, and when the table's finally finalised, if that's correct, this afternoon. Saints will probably, well, they'll be away definitely, but it's going to be either at Hull or Castleford. Jonathan Griffiths on the receiving end of some solid tackling. Forster again, Malling, and to play the ball. Both Forster there and Alan Bateman on the far side. And Forster looked up at referee Carter and he says, "Who, me, sir?" After you could see he was doing some mauling there on Jonathan Griffiths. Paul Loughlin going to have another go for goal. Well, now there, as I said before, with Mike McLaren, 14 months in charge he's been here at the Saints. Had them into 2 semi-finals of the Cup, came through successfully this time, and now it's the time, considering that Mike's had to have just put up with the staff that he's inherited. I think they've only bought virtually Kevin Ward and Bremer Kevin, that's been new acquisitions that were regular first-team players, but with the staff he's had, he's done a grand job. Got them through to Wembley this time. Mike's team come first and he'll have them all fired up. He knows how to prepare them for the big game, and we look forward to bringing the cup back to St Helens. It's waved away there as Loughlin's penalty goal waved away, but it's going to be Warrington to drop out from the 25. And now it's time, after this Wembley trip, that the Saints directors should get behind Mike. He said he's leaving at the end of next season, but whether he will change his mind or not, we don't know. But it's time for the directors to get behind Mike and strengthen the team in the places where it's needed. When they're playing well, Saints, it looks as though they don't need strengthening anywhere, but you've always got to keep up with the times and have a healthy competition for places. But it's Saints captain Shane Cooper just inside the Warrington half. Solid tackling down, the ball wrenched as Roland Phillips comes up with it, but a little fracas on the floor. A lot of mauling there in the tackling where the referee possibly should have gone in and shouted hell. Well, Paul Cullen being hauled out. We know he's not renowned for his finesse in the tackle, is he? And it's Kevin Ward again, and Kevin Ward just saying, I've spotted you, matey. But it's Paul Cullen that's going to be spoken to, and it's going to be a penalty to the Saints, I would imagine. O'Sullivan there, the captain. And Paul Cullen being spoken to, penalty to the Saints. Kevin Ward there, one of the most placid persons you can meet on a rugby field. But Cullen, he's a little excitable to say the least. But Saints in the Warrington 25. Groves to play it. On to Bishop, bringing it blindside to Harrison. Quirk was looming, Harrison gets it away to Groves. Groves tries to duck under the tackle. But it's now Beavers and dummy half. Saints going cross field. Jonathan Griffiths, good ball to Loughlin. Out to Rapati, but it's knocked forward. Oh, well, he should be on there, Forster, for that. A despicable tackle off the ball. He's just been penalised earlier, and Forster there. There's no way about it. On Jonathan Griffiths, he should be down the tunnel pronto. The ball was loose, Jonathan Griffiths was coming back for it, and he was nearly decapitated there by Forster. Well, the teams have both been separated. Touch judge on the far side. But it's Chris O'Sullivan. Well, he sent him off. Yes, and only rightly so. Down the tunnel, and nothing else is acceptable this afternoon. And good on you, referee Carter, for sticking to your guns. "35 minutes of the game gone, and Forster giving his marching orders, and only rightly so. A terrible tackle off the ball, and he's certainly been mixing it throughout the game. He has been covering a lot of ground. But let's hope that Jonathan Griffith's injury isn't too serious. He's up and about there. Saints have the penalty. So Warrington down to 12 men for the remainder of this 45 minutes left of this game. Kevin Ward coming in there. A host of Warrington tacklers. Groves onto Jonathan Neal. And Warrington there, they'll be trying to mix it now. Well, referee Carter can certainly show a few more where the tunnel is, can't he? Harrison, powering for the line, flicks it inside. The ball's loose. Do Warrington have possession? They do. Saints trying to spread it, but Warrington coming up with the possession. Gary Connolly out on the touchline. I think Jonathan Griffiths is going to be brought off as a precautionary measure. And Saints penalised for offside. So with Saints third just counting up on the penalty count, they're the last 6 against Warrington's 3. And Saints want to make a substitution with Gary Connolly coming on for Jonathan Griffiths. Purely a precautionary measure as Jonathan Griffiths gets the applause that he duly deserves. He goes into the dugout. Frankie Barra, the Saints assistant coach, but it's Warrington that have the penalty. Finds touch on the far side, on the halfway line. And now it's inside from Harmon. Ellis, Warrington tried to throw it about, but Saints sticking to the task. Jonathan Neal powering his way in there. Isn't he having a storm with this afternoon? Mind you, pick a baton on the Saints side this afternoon. Dwayne Mann at dummy half. 18 points to 0 the score. 38 minutes of the game gone. Warrington trying to throw it about and they've successfully got it away. Substitute Elliott on the far side. The tackle can't wave clean as it's touched the Saints player. Ellis, well, forward pass, not picked up there onto Cullen, inside to Ellis, and he's going to go under the sticks. But a try there for Ellis. Well, it's one that shouldn't have been. Referee Carter didn't pick up that forward pass. Ellis and Cullen there combining to send Ellis in under the sticks. Puts Warrington on the board, but a forward pass there going unnoticed. He managed to see 2 for the Saints in the Warrington 25 just a few minutes earlier, didn't he? But a lot of referee Carter's decisions this afternoon leaving a lot to be desired. The conversion attempt from right under the sticks, 10 yards out. No problem. Chris Rudd, I think it is number 4, that kicks the goal. Puts Warrington on the sheet. 18 points to 6, still trailing by 12. And they're very fortunate to have that try from Ellis there. Both Cullen and Ellis combining, but they're very forward that pass. But not picked up by referee Carter. Shane Cooper just kicks it the required 10 yards. Well, we'll have to watch that again on the video, won't we? Referee Carter pointing, saying it was short. So that'll be a penalty to Warrington. They can go for goal if they want. They're bringing Chris Rudd up. I think they are going to have a go for goal. No, it's going to be a kick for touch. It's Ellis with the ball in his hands. Kicks it over to the main stand, but Alan Hunt takes it well. A bad kick from Warrington there. Bad play, just hustled a bit. Well, McGinty there, going in rather enthusiastically in the tackle. And it's George Mann for the Saints. Breaks out to 2, still driving forward George Mann, still stood in the tackle. Finally brought down by Marlon McGinty. And it's McGinty doing some mauling there as Cooper kicks it through. Good kick from Cooper, Saints will have possession. Gary Connolly has it. The touch judge is on. Well, the touch judge indicating something on the far side. Well, half-time, the hooter must have gone well in all the excitement. Just getting carried away there. But a good game here at Rosie Road. Saints in a commanding 18 points to 6 half-time lead. Holding the scoring in the 11th minute with that Jonathan Griffiths try, converted by Loughlin. 2 minutes later, Alan Hunt came through with a pearler, and that gave Saints a 10 points to 0 cushion. A 23rd minute Loughlin penalty goal. And then a Jonathan Neal try, converted by Loughlin after it hit the post. And a consolation try, you can say, from Ellis there, 2 minutes before the interval. That was converted by Rudd. So half-time here at Nosey Road. It's Saints 18, Warrington 6. Both teams taking the pitch for the resumption of this final Stones Bitter League Championship clash here at Nosey Road. The half-time score 18 points to 6. Before we get underway, if I can give a message to Mr. Woods from Billinge. I did mention him on the Castleford video, but whether it was cut off in his prime or not, I don't know. Unfortunately, Mr. Woods is a regular watcher of the Saints videos. He tries to attend as many matches as he can. He's not been too well of late, so get well soon, Mr. Woods, from all the video team, and I'm sure the rest of the staff here at the Saints. Also this afternoon, your sponsors, the match sponsors are British Telecom North West region. We hope they're enjoying this afternoon's game. If they're a Saints Becky, they're bound to be out there. 18 points to 6 in the lead. Warrington kick off, Alan Hunt takes it in his in-goal area. Scorer of one of the Saints' first half tries. John Harrison tried to scamper away, nearly having the wax removed from his ears by Neil Harmon, a St Helens lad, Neil Harmon, ex-Blackbrook Amateurs. Good prop forward. Kevin Ward now, centre field. Warrington reduced to 12 men from the 35th minute with Forster sent off for a very high tackle off the ball on Jonathan Griffiths as Bishop hits it downfield. Alan Bateman going crossfield, but Cooper snaps him up. Saints captain leads by example. Roland Phillips, substitute Pac-Man, ex-Neath. Don't know whether he actually played with Stuart Evans, but both Bateman and Phillips, ex-Neath. Also Saints Pac-Man Stewart, an ex-Neath player. As Shane Cooper wraps up the Warrington man, he tries to come through. Cabbage is about 5 yards and gives it to O'Sullivan. A crossfield kick, and Jonathan Neils took a knock on the far side as that kick from O'Sullivan goes directly dead. So Saints will restart with a tap from the centre of the 25. So Jonathan Neil receiving treatment on the far side. Bernard Dwyer, Saints substitute forward for today. He did have a knee injury, did Bernard, but he's on the bench. As Groves plays it inside, Alan Hunt comes in from the right wing position. And Groves again, on to Bishop. Saints moving across field. George Mann now, lofted ball, taken well by Tirapati. An awkward ball, he had a job to catch it. Well, the referee blows up there. There was nothing, well, I don't know what he stopped play for. Cooper just having a word with him, Saints well in possession there. And the referee looks as though he was having a look at his touch judge, but he didn't get any indication from there. It's Alan Bateman that's got a knock. He's on the 25-yard line there. The referee has indicated a scrum down, but why is definitely beyond me. It's getting as bad as the pools with these referees, isn't it? Per many 8 from 10 to come up with a decision. But Saints moving away with the ball. Bateman took a knock, and just a little bit of encouragement from the Saints spectators to the Warrington fans, as Bateman there still being treated. He's up to his feet now as Gary Mercer, just couldn't think of his other name then, he's limping up on the touchline. Whether he's going to come on to replace Bateman is still doubtful. And Warrington, as I said, if they win today, they just sneak into the top 8, especially if Featherstone lose at Bradford. But I can't see Saints relinquishing these 2 valuable points here this afternoon. Warrington come up with possession from the scrum. Move it crossfield, Thornley going for the corner. A superb tackle. He's brought down short, is he? Well, the try's given. His impetus has taken him over. And that's another Warrington try, coming through dubious circumstances. As Warrington won possession from the scrum, and it's anybody's guess why a scrum was given. Saints in possession, and Bayman being treated. But the ball from the base of the scrum, it went out, and Thornley on a diagonal run came up with the extra points for Warrington. Puts them in at 18 points to 10 now. And a conversion attempt on the far side, just about 3 or 4 yards in, if that, and on the 25-yard line over there on the main stand side here at Nosey Road. So it's Chris Rudd, I think it is, that's entrusted with the goal-kicking duties. 18-10 the score. And referee Carter involved heavily there in both of the Warrington tries. Difficult conversion attempt. Will bring back Warrington within a converted score if he's successful. Waved away by the touch judges. 18-10 the score. He did slide over there, Thornley. I thought he was just grounded short. Looks as though Alan Hunt, I think it was, that came over and got to him. But he was just grounded short, but his impetus was to take him over. Saints kick off. 8 points separate the teams. 6 minutes of the half gone. Warrington reduced to 12 men. But isn't it funny how, if you are a man short, it seems to spur you to greater things. But Saints will have to close them down. Saints coach Mike McClellan will lead them up at half-time, as will Warrington's coach Brian Johnson. And Aussie versus a New Zealander. Roland Phillips. Grove stops him. Harrison and Neil come in to complete the tackle. Les Quirk just can't stop it, just can't cut the ball off there on the far side. Tactical kicking from Warrington. And a scrum down to be formed. Deep in the Saints half, in fact about 15 yards from the line. Paul Bishop comes up with possession for the Saints. Warrington moving quickly. Cooper attacked in half. On to George Mann. Always a watched man is George. Can break the most sternest of defences. Harrison now straightening up over the 25, turning in the tackle, looking for support, but it's Cullen again round the head there on to John Harrison. Bishop now, Kevin Ward back into the fray. Ward releases it to Bishop. Well, just receiving a little treatment from Neil Harmon. The touch judges didn't pick it up. Beavers onto Rapati, inside to Alan Hunt, takes the tackle of Ellis, and over the top goes Bateman. But the touch judge on the far side, I saw the touch judge here in play, but his attention has been brought by the touch judge on the far side, Mr. Walker, with the red flag, well, the red trim. But I think he's going to bring out, if I'm correct, Neil Harmon for that tackle. He certainly went in a little high on Paul Bishop. It's just the old pals act, with Bishop once playing in the Warrington ranks. But isn't it strange how the touch judge on the far side could pick it up? The swinging arm was right in front of us, as clearly on view on your video, and yet the referee and this near side touch judge didn't manage to pick it up. Amazing. But Saints come up with a penalty. Loughlin finds touch just short of the halfway. Paul Groves to restart. Jonathan Neal, first receiver. Neal turns inside to Groves. He has to duck in the tackle. As Dwayne Mann and Paul Cullen complete the tackle. Kevin Ward. Block busting forward. Well, that surely looked like a knock-on from Warrington. It's going to be a scrum down with the Saints feed. Warrington could have had possession there. Thornley coming in. He knocked it forward. The scrum down to be formed just inside the Warrington half. Well, Ellis has the ball. Surely that should have been a Saints feed. The Warrington man knocked on. Saints just couldn't gather possession. Warrington in possession, powering it up. McGinty. Beavers takes a loose boot from McGinty, and now to Roland Phillips. Well, nothing in that. The Warrington crowd appeal, but Phillips, he was diving in the tackle. George Mann there, a perfectly fair tackle. Well, I beg your pardon, it's Harmon. Thought it was Roland Phillips. Yes, that's it. Referee Carter says, get up, and rightly so. Pick your equity card on the way out. Ellis on to Thornley. Cooper going in for the interception. Well, he's up now. He's Neil Harmon. Marvellous, isn't it? McGinty on the far side. The game just warming up. 10 minutes of the second half we've had. 18 points to 10 to score. Across field now. Well, a yard forward. That should be a penalty for that. Well, it was on the sixth tackle on the changeover. Kevin Ward powering his way. And Warrington still doing a bit of mauling there. Harmon in. But Saints play, throws, takes it quickly onto Cooper. Good ball to Loughlin. Turns in the tackle, yes, it's out to Shane Cooper again. Saints keep it going. 2 Warrington players injured. Jonathan Neal passes round the man. Oh, well taken by Beavers. Outside to Connolly. Hunt on his outside. Connolly seeking in. Yes, Hunt's in at the corner. What a superb try. Hunt in for his second. Squeezing in at the corner, and superb handling from the Saints again. Kevin Ward doing lots of the spade work, then the ball came out, and what a superb take by Phil Beavers. That try wouldn't have been scored if it wasn't for Beavers there taking that ball. An awkward pass, he took it well, he spread it out. Gary Connolly there, bamboozling this Warrington defence. He held it to perfection, did Connolly, and then Hunt took it and went in at the corner. Extends the Saints lead now, 22 points to 10, and that's one out of the top draw, that isn't it? Yet another fine try from the Saints this season, and Paul Loughlin just outside the 25, couple of yards in from touch, strikes it well. That's a pearler, isn't it? Oh, just faded away. 12 minutes and a half gone, and the score still remains at 22 points to 10. Hitting back in good fashion there, the Saints. And I suppose you can say that was all from the touch on the far side who picked that Neil Harmon offence up, and from the resulting play, Saints showing the power, and well finished off there by Alan Hunt. George Mann takes it well from the kick-off. Going cross-field is George. Pushes one up. Good ball to Loughlin. Quick hands there. Let's work. Inside ball to Cooper. Unlucky there, Shane. Just couldn't take it. But Saints breaking quickly. George Mann again getting the Saints underway. 13 minutes and a half gone. Warrington in possession just inside the Saints half. Dwayne Mann along the line now. O'Sullivan. Cullen. Forward pass again. Onto the wingman there. The makeshift wingman, Alan Bateman. Roland Phillips releasing it to Mann. It's inside to Ellis. Jonathan Neal brings him down there with Paul Bishop. When Neal rakes for the ball. Well, Warrington have possession. Saints being penalised for offside, but I don't know who's penalised for offside. When the ball's put down on the deck for playing, it's up for grabs. Neal raked for it, but he was penalised for his trouble. 15 yards from the Saints line now. Warrington will restart there from the referee, Dwayne Mann. Turns it inside. McGinty along the line. O'Sullivan looking for the half gap. Dwayne Mann now. That's with Roland Phillips, turns in the tackle, but he'll be held up. Connolly going in there, a very fine exponent of relieving the opposition of ball possession. He's Gary Connolly. And he'll be hoping to secure a place in Mike McClellan's Wembley squad. Had a splendid game in the A-team on Friday night when Saints beat Halifax 40 points to 12. Warrington still in possession. 20 yards out. Dwayne Mann, Ellis, Luke with O'Sullivan. Inside ball there. As Warrington, another forward pass. Oh, he can't let that go. Unbelievably forward. The final pass on to Harmon. To watching this video again, just to clear up a few problems about the referee's eyesight. They're often questioned, these referees, on their eyesight and the parentage, and I suppose we can do a lot of questioning this afternoon. But it's Harmon that touched it down, and it's Rudd now shouldn't have any problem from between the sticks. The final pass there again. They've certainly got away with a lot of forward passes this afternoon of Warrington. Saints got picked up in their own 25, but here's Rudd. No problem, right in front of the sticks. 22-16 the score. One converted try separating the sides, and the game back in the melting pot. Paul Loughlin, low trajectory kick, gets us underway. Warrington bringing it across again and spreading it out. It's Cullen. Shane Cooper into him, brings him down. Beavers marks up, but it's George Dwayne Mann, I beg your pardon. Dwayne Mann for Warrington now, attacking half-back. Turns it inside. Kevin Ellis tries to duck under the tackle. Mann again at acting half-back. Well, Warrington fumble it. Saints appeal for a knock-on, but it's waved away by referee Carter as O'Sullivan gets his kick away. Lesquerque takes it well. Connolly looms round. Lesquerque on a diagonal run. Brings the ball up to the halfway line. Connolly at dummy half, onto Jonathan Neal. Connolly looms round but doesn't get the return pass. Neal has to take the tackle and Saints spread it left. Cooper, quick hands from the Saints. Loughlin couldn't take it. Beavers comes up with it. All on, says the referee, is John Harrison now. Takes the tackle. It touched the Warrington man, so a further 6 tackles as the slate is wiped clean. Cooper, Kevin Ward, straightens up, drives forward. Loves it, does Kevin. The tougher it comes, the better for him. Groves, Cooper, George Mann gives the dummy, good ball to Tirapati, out to Alan Hunt, takes it well, comes inside as Alan, back to Tier, going down the wing, still going is Tirapati, really strong Kiwi, powers downfield, but Saints have an injured man, it's Alan Hunt that's taken a knock. Jeanette Smith, Saints physio, quickly on to treat him, but the game goes on, and it's Beavers, gives the dummy, looks for the gap, comes round as Connolly going for the line, lofted ball taken by Loughlin. Paul Loughlin, he goes in for his 8th try, 6 with the Saints, 1 in the test match against Australia, but good play from the Saints. And that was engineered down this right wing here with Tia Rapati and Alan Hunt combining. Hunt took a knock. Rapati was tackled. The ball was fed inside. It was spread across. Phil Beavers looking for the gap. Gary Connolly came on his left. Connolly got the ball and then bamboozled the defence yet again did Connolly. And a pass out for his left wing partnership there of Loughlin and Quirk. Loughlin took it with open arms and went over about, what can we say, 8 yards in from that far corner flag. 26-16 and Paul Loughlin's conversion to come. across the face of the posts, with the breeze blowing up to the Eddington. But it's 26-16 is the score. And Warrington making another substitution, with Mercer coming back on to replace McGinty. Was replaced earlier on, Mercer in the 30th minute. Certainly looked as though it took a bit of a knock. He looked a bit dazed. That was when Jonathan Neal scored. He was quickly replaced. But now in the 60th minute, Mercer back on to replace McGinty. I think it was McGinty that gave that final pass to Neil Harmon. He was heavily involved there at that end, that last try for Warrington. The Warrington kick-off, the ball goes directly into touch, putting pressure on the Saints. Unable to pick it up there. Scrum down with the Saints feed. Bishop feeds, Saints with scrum possession. On to Phil Beavers, moved in at the stand-off berth this second half, with Gary Connolly going to full-back, but it's George Mann powering his way into David Elliott. Only young lad Elliott from the Kells Amateur Club up in Cumbria. But it's Harrison, gets up slowly after that Phillips tackle. Jonathan Neal coming on the opposite diagonal, receives the ball from Shane Cooper. Good play on the blind side as Cooper gives the dummy inside to Alan Hunt. Hunt into space now. Got Ward with him, but Hunt has to take the tackle of Chris Rudd. Sixth and final one now. Bishop, he'll kick it. Bishop chips it. The chase is on. Bateman comes up with it on the far side. Good play from the Saints. Bishop heavily involved again there, but Shane Cooper down this touchline, selling a beautiful dummy. Saints have possession. Bishop's stolen the ball on the far side, and it's Jonathan Neal ducking in the tackle. Just inches short now. Come on, you Saints is the cry, and I hope Saints can oblige. Cooper, Beavers, quick hands, George Mann, beats one, out to Alan Hunt. Can he go in for his hat-trick? Yes is the answer. The referee finally points. The try is awarded. And Alan Hunt in for his hat-trick. Superb play in the front of the sticks there. The ball being stolen, Bishop involved again. Then it was passed through the legs onto Cooper. He spread it out to the right. And Alan Hunt, the last receiver of the ball, and he, no problem for Hunt, went in at the corner. Similar position to an earlier attempt, just outside the 25, and as you can see, only a yard or so in. But Alan Hunt receiving the plaudits of the crowd. His hat-trick there. And he's just coming on song, isn't he, Hunt? Playing well, revelling in this game this afternoon. But Loughlin takes it to the right. A bit uneasy this afternoon with his goal kicking, but no doubt he'll put it to right at Wembley, between the Twin Towers. We'll have it on song then. Very unusual for Paul to have an off day, but a difficult swirling breeze here at Nosey Road. 30 points to 16 the score, 23 minutes on my watch, and we've got a couple of minutes of injury stoppage time. The ball hitting George Mann and going back. George Mann bursting through. What upper body strength this man has. It's now with John Harrison. Gets a lovely ball away to Beavers. Inside to Connolly. Connolly still going. Driving forward. Wrestled to the ground just short of the halfway. Ellis it was. As Saints moving to the left and looking rampant. Kevin Ward. Block-busting run. Powering through. 15, 20 yards. Further towards the Warrington line. Bishop. Beavers, good ball to Tirapati, takes the defence on, pushes one up to Rapati, goes again, ducks under the tackle there, up at Cullen, but it's Jonathan Neal, comes down, and Saints just short of the Warrington 25. Sixth and final tattle, and the Saints will move it left. I wouldn't be surprised if Bishop doesn't loft it. No, it's gone. Cooper looms round, he gives it to Kevin Ward, back to Cooper. Saints keep it going, it's off a Warrington man, that is. Jonathan Neal grubbers it, and it's going to find touch. No, Rudd it is that gathers possession. Rudd gets up slowly after that Jonathan Neal tackle, and it's now with Cullen. Harrison and Cooper complete it. Bernard Dwyer looking to come on for the last quarter of an hour, we can say, of this game. Is it John Harrison that's going to be replaced? He took a knock earlier on, but it's Warrington in possession, just out of their own 25. And tried to spread it, Neil Harmon. Interception by Kevin Ward. Good ball to Cooper. Cooper going again. Gets the ball to Quirk. Easy, isn't it? Easy. Quirk goes in for a try. Saints leading try scorer now with 24 touchdowns. As Alan Hunt with his hat-trick this afternoon had just got on to equal there with Les on 23, but Quirk there just edges his nose out. Superb play there. Superb play there from the Saints. Kevin Ward intercepting that ball. Cooper looming round with him. It looked as though Cooper was going in, but then the Warrington defence closed down, and a lovely lofted ball from Cooper out to Les Quirk, and he powered his way into the corner. A better attempt from Loughlin this time, yes. That's the Loughlin we know, isn't it? Gives the Saints a 20-point gap now, 36 points to 16. Seven tries and 4 goals this afternoon, and yet Warrington could have been in with a sniff there. They scored first in the second half, bringing them back to 18 points to 10. But a seesaw game, and 6 points has been the nearest Warrington have come within the Saints at 22 points, at 26 points to 16, I beg your pardon. No, 22 points to 16. I'll get me maths ready. All right, eventually. But Warrington kick off, Saints take possession. Bernard Dwyer, first touch. Straight replacement, Bernard Dwyer into the second row. The human tackling machine, Dwyer. Beavers inside ball to Bernard Dwyer now. Doubtful for this afternoon's game with an injured knee, but it must be sufficient to give him a run out. Cooper again. George Mann powering his way down. Turns in the tackle. Cullen and the fullback Derbyshire. It's Cooper now. Awkward ball. Taken well by Beavers, but quickly dispatched. Quick hands was the order of the day. Connolly gives the dummy. In Loughlin and Quirk on his outside. Once he gave the dummy that time, it's the 6th tackle as Bishop kicks it downfield. Derbyshire now gathers it. He has to cover a lot of ground there, did Derbyshire. He'd just been over here in front of us. But Saints power play forced him into touch on the far side, and it's a scrum down for the Saints feed. Solid tackling, power play from the Saints. Getting their act together, 3rd time lucky against Warrington this season. A 20-point gap, 36-16 the score. And Paul Bishop to feed the scrum on the far side. And Saints will have 6 tackles to hopefully get more points on the board. Good play there, Beavers. Loughlin. Yes, Loughlin touches down. A 3-man Warrington reception committee, but Loughlin does it in style. He shakes hands with Phil Beavers there. Lovely ball from Beavers. Loughlin, 2nd of the afternoon, and extends the Sioux, and it's turning into a rout, isn't it? 40 points to 16, and just a formality for Loughlin now. 42-16 the score will be when Paul just back heels this one over. "12 yards out, just to the left of the sticks, no problem. Paul pops it over. Paul's 5th of the afternoon, his 90th of the season from the kick-off. Bishop, can Bishop pout? Bishop going for the corner, will he do it? Yes, Bishop goes over. 2 tries inside a minute, and Paul Bishop, he's ecstatic. He's delighted to get one over on his old mates. He's at the rough end of the stick in the last 2 meetings against Warrington. But right from the kick-off there, as Warrington kicked it, Bishop took it, ghosted past the first line of defence, and went 60 yards to the touchdown. Bishop pleased there, he raises his arms to the crowd. Well, nice to hear the popular side crowd there. We're part of Mike McClellan's army, and he deserves the accolades as Mike McClellan. He's coming for a lot of sticks since he came here with his methods, but they're paying off now. Various sections of the supporters have given plenty of stick. I suppose the right to criticise in one way, but as long as it's constructive. And Lachlan there, but oh, just fades away. 46-16 the score, a 30-point gap now. But Mike McClellan has certainly got his team fired up, and won't he be chuffed? And I'll tell you something, Mike, I'll make a date with you. Me and you will have all 4 to take with the Challenge Cup, eh? How about that? No problem. O'Sullivan kicks off again. George Mann and Jonathan Neal just couldn't keep it in play. We're talking about 8 minutes of normal time, plus possibly 2 or 3 minutes stoppage time. Scrummed out on the Saints 25. Paul Bishop to feed. Saints spread it quickly, Beavers boots it downfield. The chase is on, Alan Hunt coming for it. Comes into Chris Roden, completes the tackle. Superb chase there from Alan Hunt. Dwyer and Hunt mark up. Dwayne man a dummy half. Warrington very slow. Getting back onside. Beavers comes up with possession there. It's on to Lachlan. On to Les Quirk. Quirk powering his way in. Yes! Oh, superb! Les Quirk, it's looking like the Les Quirk of old there. He took it well. He had about 3 Warrington men to beat, but his power took him into the corner, reminiscent of that last-minute try he scored against Widnes in the Challenge Cup semi-final in 1989. 50 points to 16 the score, and what an emphatic second half display from the Saints. 18-6 at the interval, and then Warrington scored first in the second half, in the 3rd minute, but Saints have powered back there. 50 points to 16 the score, and a chance for Paul Lachlan to add an extra couple of points on. Waved away there. 50-16 the score. Try performance, and Warrington making another substitution now, the last one with McGinty coming back on to replace Alan Bateman. In the 74th minute, Alan Bateman comes off. McGinty back on. And Warrington to kick off yet again. Saints there in the space of 7 minutes. With 3 tries, 2 from Quirk, 1 from Bishop. Paul Loughlin as well. Well, 4 tries, I beg your pardon. Quirk again! It's going to be in for his hat-trick! Right under the sticks! Oh, a magnificent display! The Saints go round to greet him! A magnificent display from the Saints side this afternoon! Just peaking at the right time! Going to be a tough away tie next week in the Premiership at either Hull or Castleford, depending on the results. But Quirk touches down right in front of the sticks. Oh, when the Saints come marching in is the cry. And in the space of 10 minutes, Saints have amassed 5 tries, and this will be Paul's 3rd conversion. He bangs it there between the sticks. 5 tries in 10 minutes, and that's including a Les Quirk hat-trick. The other 2 courtesy of Paul Bishop and Paul Loughlin. A 40-point cushion now. It's going up well, isn't it? We got up to a 20, then a 30, now a 40. And it must be one of Warrington's biggest defeats for quite some while. Still 4 minutes to go, plus a couple of minutes injury time. O'Sullivan gets the ball away again. Jonathan Neal keeps it in field. Harmon and Chris Rudd are the tacklers. Bernard Dwyer taking it centre field, looking for the gap. I don't say looking for the chink in the Warrington Armadura. There's been plenty of those today. Beavers again. Versatile Beavers, he'll play anywhere. Forces Derbyshire to go back as the Saints chasers come up. Kevin Ward leading this chase. Superb crunching tackle. Ellis going in there, pushing Kevin Ward up, and Kevin just replies by going in and bringing Ellis down. McGinty on the far side, 10 yards outside his own 25-yard line. Along the line now, there'll be Warrington there. They've had 16 points this afternoon, and all of them have been dubious. As unbiased as I am, you must, we'll love to watch those again, but Saints pinching the ball again. Bernard Dwyer it was, and now Saints spreading it. Beavers, onto Rabati, inside to Connolly. Round the man to Beavers, back to Hunt. Hunt, he'll drive, yes. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. A brilliant display from the Saints, and that man Alan Hunt taking up the cudgels again. Still had to be scored. And there's definitely be some tries of orgasmic proportions this afternoon. Out of the top drawer. Anybody that's got away well, all the Warrington fans will go away disappointed, won't they? But for the Saints, superb performance, one of the best of the seasons that we've seen from the Saints, and just at the right time too. Well, an injured player on the far left, just as Paul Loughlin is going to take this goal. Well, the clock's been stopped as referee Carter moves over to Warrington player injured. Unfortunately, the stretcher being called for. And the Saints club doctor in attendance over there on the far side. Ellis gets a sympathetic round of applause. Unfortunately, he's stretching off, which will further reduce the Warrington team to 12 men, to 11 men. Told you my maths wasn't so good this afternoon. As Paul Loughlin will convert Alan Hunt's 4th try of the afternoon. George Mann just been named as man of the match. 62 points to 16. Here's the score. (62-16) is the score. That's Paul's 7th goal of the afternoon. And I'll just try to reckon up how many, unfortunately, he's missed. And he's missed 6, so what a score it would have been. Well, George Mann just forced into touch there. A wry smile from George. A lot of power play from George down the blind side. Warrington in possession, 10 yards outside the Saints 25. Dwayne Mann trying to inject a final spark. But the referee Carter penalising the Saints for reaping the ball out of the Warrington man's hands. McGinty takes a quick tap. So reduced to 11 men. We've played 1 minute and 30 seconds of stoppage time. There's possibly another 1 minute and 30 seconds before the final hooter is blown. 62-16 to score, and an emphatic display from the Saints. Roland Phillips looking for support. Saints bring him down. Groves and Neil complete the tackle. But another man injured as referee Carter stops play. So after Phillips has been treated, a scrum down to be formed. Saints feed. Bishop feeds onto Vivers. Tries to step out of the tackle. It's onto George Mann. Warrington reduced to 11 players. 1 sent off, and Ellis Sturgis being carried off. Tirapati attacking halfback. Neil loses possession. Well, it's going to be a knock-on, surely. Well, there's the hooter. We didn't hear it again. The full-time siren sounds, and Saints with the best win of the season. A superb second half display, beating Warrington by 62 points to 16. 12 tries in all, 4 for Alan Hunt, 3 for Les Quirk, 2 for Loughlin, and 1 each for Jonathan Neal, Jonathan Griffiths, Paul Bishop, and 7 Paul Loughlin goals. Well, great afternoon's work as the Saints team applauded the crowd. The last time we'll be here at Nosey Road this season. But Paul Bishop here coming over to the popular side, saluting the crowd. And he must be a really pleased man, getting that superb try from the kick-off. But Warrington had already dead and buried by then. Anyway, 62 points to 16, the final score. Saints away in the first round of the Premiership next week against either Castleford or Hull. So not a trip to be enjoyed, I would imagine. They're so close to Wembley, just a fortnight off Wembley. So we hope you'll join us again as the Saints finally trooping off. The final score here at Nosey Road, St Helens 62, Warrington 16. But Alice completes the tackle. Jonathan Neal out to one tackle.
Horses up front, who, despite having lots of racing, still appear